Hello students, welcome back to your science class. I hope you have completed your home assignment and notes that was sent in PDF format. Now, I will quickly revise what you have learnt in the previous chapters, that is food we eat, and the second chapter, that is push and pull. In the first chapter, food we eat, you learnt about different components or the nutrients of food. They are carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins and minerals. These all are the nutrients or components of food. First, you learnt about carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are known as energy giving food. The examples or the food that is rich in carbohydrates is bread, rice, potato and so on. Second, you learnt about fats. Even these are known as energy giving food. They help us to keep our body warm. The food that are rich in fats are oil, milk and so on. Next, you learnt about proteins. Proteins help build muscles and bones. They are known as bodybuilding food. The food that is rich in proteins are meat, eggs, milk, cereals and so on. Next, you learnt about vitamins. Vitamins are protective food. They will help our body to fight against various diseases. The food that is rich in vitamins are fruits, leafy vegetables, eggs and milk and so on. The next nutrient of food you learnt is minerals. Minerals are also known as protective food. They help us fight against diseases. The food that is rich in minerals are milk, eggs, fruits and vegetables. You also learnt about other two components, that is water and roughage. You have to drink plenty amount of water because it helps to get rid of waste materials from our body in the form of sweat and urine. Next component of food that you learnt is roughage. Roughage is a fibrous indigestible material. It will help to remove waste materials from our body in the form of feces. These are the components of food and not nutrients. These help to absorb the nutrients in our body. Next, here is an activity that you can do in your home. So from this activity, that is components of food record, you will be able to identify different components of food, list the different components of food. What are the things required here? Cereals, pulses, dry fruits and nuts, small pieces of fruits, small pieces of vegetables, small size zipper bags, permanent marker, A4 size craft papers, that is 5, adhesive tape, cardstock paper 2 and thread. So here are the steps how you have to do this activity. They are: take a cardstock paper and write components of food using the marker pen. Take another cardstock paper and keep it in the back. The second step is take 5 A4 sheet craft papers and label each paper as carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals respectively. The third step is take food items of different categories and put them in separate zipper bags. Seal the bags and stick them on the relevant craft paper using adhesive tape as shown in the picture, that is here. In the next picture, example, stick the zipper bag with rice and wheat on the craft paper labeled as carbohydrates, as it is the food that is rich in carbohydrates. The next step is punch holes into all papers including the card stock papers. Use the card stock paper to make the front and back covers of your record book. Tie all the papers together and thread as shown in the figure. And tie here as shown in the picture. Your record book is ready. You can do this activity in your home. So you also learnt about balanced diet. What is a diet, children? Diet is the food that we have on daily basis. What do you mean by balanced diet? You know the definition of balanced diet. That is a diet that has the right proportion of all the nutrients required to maintain good health is called as balanced diet. In this food pyramid, you can see how much amount of the nutrients are required. That is carbohydrates, vitamins and minerals, proteins and fats. So this food pyramid tells about balanced diet. So then you learnt about care for food. That are the different methods of preservation of food. The first is cooling and freezing. The second is drying. The third is salting. Fourth is making jam and fifth is canning. So in the cooling and freezing, cold temperature helps to avoid the formation of microbes. So you can see the refrigerators, the food items kept in the refrigerators. So drying is a process where the cereals or the pulses are dried in the sunlight, where it kills the microbes and you can store it in your storeroom later. Salting is a method where the food items are salted. Maybe that is fish, lemons and so on are stored by salting. The next method is making jam. The right fruits are used to make jam. This is one of the process of preservation of food. The next is canning. In canning, the food is processed and stored in the airtight containers. These are the methods of preservation of food that you have learnt. So here is an activity that you can do in your home, that is identify any method of preservation used in your home to take care of the food item. So you can just click the picture of the method of preservation used in your house and mention which method is used. Here is activity 3. You can make a small vegetable garden, maybe in your balcony or backyard. It is like this, maybe in the pots. You can plant some vegetables and you can click the picture and send it to me. So you can just sow the seeds and after 10 days see how is the growth of the plant and how you take care of it. The next chapter you learnt is push and pull. In push and pull, you came to know that push means the object moves away from you and pull means the object moves towards you. You also learnt about the definition of force. That is, a push or pull acting on an object is called force. You learnt about the effects of force. Now, here is a demonstration that I do. Look at it carefully. So, force can move an object or a person from one place to another. So, you can see a car is here. So, it is here now and it is moving. So, the car or the object was here and it moved here when the force is applied. So, I can say that force can change or move an object from one place to another. Second effect of force you learnt is it can stop a moving body or change its direction. Now, here is a demonstration. the ball came in this direction. When I apply the force to catch, it stopped. So I can say that the force can stop the moving object or the ball. Now observe this demonstration carefully. So you saw that the ball was moving in this direction. When I applied force from this cardboard, it changed the direction. So you can say that force can change the direction of the body when force is applied. Next effect of force you learnt is force can also change the shape of an object. Now here is a demonstration, that is bottle. I will apply some force, and when I apply force, you can see that the shape of the object is changed. So I can say that when force is applied, the change in the object is seen. Next, you learned about different types of force. They are muscular force. So what do you mean by muscular force, children? Here the muscles of the hands or legs or different parts of the body are used to apply force. Now look at this demonstration carefully. So here is a weight and I apply force to carry it. So you can say that muscular force is applied to carry this weight. So what do you mean by muscular force? Muscular force is a force where muscles of the body or muscles of hands or legs or different parts of the body are used to apply force. The next type of force you have studied is gravitational force. So here is a ball. When I throw this up, it comes down. How does it come down? It comes down because of gravity. So any object that is thrown up comes down toward the earth because of gravity or the gravitational force. You also heard about or studied about the scientist who discovered gravity. That is, here is the picture of Sir Isaac Newton, who discovered gravity. The next type of force you studied is magnetic force. So you saw the magnets in the last class. So when I take two magnets, they either attract each other or repel. So magnets possess a force which can either attract or repel. What about any other objects? Let us see. So here I have another magnet, and here I have safety pins. When I get the safety pins near the magnet, they attract. You can see it here. So magnet attracts metals. Will it attract plastic? Will it attract plastic? No, it does not attract plastic. What about wood? Here is a wooden piece. Will it attract? No, it does not attract the wooden piece. So you can say that the magnet only attracts metals and not plastic and wood. The next type of force you learnt is frictional force. What do you mean by frictional force? Frictional force is a force which slows down or stops the moving body. Now observe this demonstration carefully. Here is the bus. So when it moves, if you suddenly put brake, it stops. It is because of friction between the brakes and the tires of the bus that brings the moving object to halt. So you can say that the frictional force is a force which stops or slows down the moving body. So you also learnt about frictional force is opposite to the direction of motion. So, if the direction of the motion is in this direction, the frictional force is always in the opposite direction. You will learn more about frictional force in the next chapter. From all the concepts you have learnt, I hope you are able to remember this in this revision video and answer some of the questions that are given in the worksheet that will be sent in PDF format. So, try to attempt all the questions and write it in your science notes. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.